Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel Coffee Tea Paper. My name's Louise and today we're doing something that we haven't done for quite some time. I think if I remember correctly, I haven't looked or reviewed at any Ferris Wheel Press products since February. I did have a bit of an update video just explaining what I knew of the changes to their ambassador program, etc. All of that now seems to be finalized. I'm still getting to grips with how it works, but that's a behind the scenes thing. Doesn't really matter to you guys. What you want to know is, should you spend your money on Ferris Wheel Press products or not? And that is what I like to help give some guidance around. This was the biggest box I've ever received from Ferris Wheel Press, and in it was the A5 pendant folio from their leather stationery collection. Haven't opened this box, haven't looked at it, haven't looked on the website, done nothing. The Scribe ballpoint pen, which I have never tried before, so this is a new one to me, and comes in a tin. And this is the Lady Dido. And lastly, which of course we always associate with Ferris Wheel Press inks, is an ink. Dancing Thyme. It's not a shimmer ink, it just looks like a normal, straightforward ink. So in order to just make things a bit easier, in this video I'm going to review the ink, and then in a separate video I'm going to have a look at these two new products. And yeah, because I know not everybody's into all the extra stuff, they're just interested in the inks. So if I split it into two, you can either watch both or watch one or watch none if this is not of interest to you. Thank you for your time. Goodbye. No. Yes, so I will try and put in the description box the availability of this ink. I am a bit slow because if you're a regular here, you will know that I actually went away, and so this box arrived while I was on holidays. So that was a nice surprise to come home to, but I have been a little preoccupied since I've come home, and but today is the day for having a look at things. These are pens, ink samples that one of my lovely pen pals, Jane, who has her own YouTube channel, sends me, and I actually keep them with my ink journal here because they're an excellent reference. I need a clip. I need my stamp. Oh my gosh, I don't have anything out or organized. That is like I've never done it before. Here is my self-made Ferris Wheel Press stamp, hand carved. And of course, do I have an ink pad out? The answer is no. Okay, first things first, let's get this ink bottle stamped out so we have somewhere to put our swatching sample. I'm nearly at the end of this ink swatching journal. Oh, and of course I have done that crooked. I also have been putting all my Ferris Wheel Press inks into this swatch card book that I purchased. This one has the calligraphy inks and I filled up the other one. So I'm just going to have to do a bit of creative mucking around. There, you can actually unscrew it and reorder them and everything, which is quite handy. So we'll just do one of those, and then I shall rejig where it's sat out. But first things first. So this ink is a Dancing Thyme, and I no longer can remember the blurb for it, but given the description and the color of the packaging, I'm expecting a dusty green ink, which would be very nice. It's not part of their fairy tales inks. I'm not sure if it's going to be one of their everyday inks, but yeah, let's take a look, shall we? When it's a shimmering ink, you have to take care to just gently agitate the bottle. When it's a non-shimmering ink, like this one, you're pretty much just good to go. Do you know what I've got to do? I've got to put my pen board behind it, so it's probably leaked through the paper. No, so I'm just going to put this envelope. Let's see, has it leaked through? I mean, this paper, this Midori paper is pretty good. But, you know, if you're going to start saturating it like I have, you're not exactly helping it. Okay, as it's drying, I'm starting to see a bit of colour variation there. Bit of an sagey, olivey, thyme, green, but with a bit of sort of yellow undertones coming through, which is quite interesting. And let's paint up our swatch card. Let's see, because this is quite a different finish. This is very much a cardstock. Probably most similar to a hot press watercolor paper, I would say. Not that I'm an expert, but I am familiar with that, so I can compare it to that. Yeah, so it's always interesting because this paper that I have in this journal is very similar to the papers that I like to write to my pen pals on. Very like thin, lightweight, fountain pen ink friendly papers, because of course the thinner they are, the lighter they are, the less expensive it is to send your mail, and you can put in some extra fun things like some stickers or postcards or something like that, which otherwise some papers can bulk up. I love this color, particularly on this one, and it's actually looking very interesting on there as well. Yeah, this is very nice. Very nice. Given that I haven't done any ink reviews or ink sampling for quite some time, what a nice one to start back into it with. Okay, I can't even remember what I normally do. I think I normally write what the brand of the ink is, and then the name of the ink. So let's see, maybe some characteristics. Oh, and I haven't done any calligraphy for ages, so this is probably going to be terrible, and I've got my lumpy envelope. Oh gee, that's what you get when you don't use a pen board. Do you know what, I need to give this a flame off. It's gets like an oxidizing sort of coating on it. See how that goes. Yeah, much better. Do peas again. I don't know. I'm just gonna make it up. Yeah, so it's a little tip for you if you've got a nib and it's not writing that well and you mightn't have used it for a while. It might have actually kind of oxidized over, and you just need to give it a bit of a flame, and away you go. Okay, so I've done our writing sample, so we can have a look. And oh my gosh, I really need to get back into my calligraphy practice pad and do some skill refreshing, I think. That's not my best work, I have to say. So let's have a little compare here. Ferris Wheel Press, Dancing Thyme or Dancing Thyme. Of course, thyme is a herb, a very nice herb. In fact, I had it in my dinner last night. Yeah, I really like this one. I think this is inoffensive. I think this is a solid green ink. It's very serviceable. It's very approachable. I like the warm undertones. I like the dark shading around the outside. I really like the way it behaves on this lightweight paper and also on this darker, this heavier cardstock as well. For those of you who like a really nice green ink and not that keen on anything too way out, particularly if you want to use it in a workplace situation, I think this ink would genuinely meet that criteria. The fact it doesn't have any shimmer in it makes it very useful as well. And yeah, I think this is a solid product from Ferris Wheel Press. Not too way out, not too over the top, but a really nice, uh, useful green ink. And as always, the packaging is beautiful. I always think their artwork is very whimsical and creative, and the animals aren't that kawaii style, but they're still quite endearing while looking quite real as well. And this gives me New Orleans vibes. I see this sort of very typical New Orleans buildings with cast iron railings and some jazz being played here with a saxophone and a trumpet and a bass, and of course a horse and cart trombonist, and this alligator has beads on. So I suspect this is a bit of a nod to uh, New Orleans and the carnival atmosphere down there. And yeah, I've actually been to New Orleans a long time ago, before uh, that terrible natural disaster they had, and I really enjoyed my time there. It was quite an interesting and unique part of the United States, and the food was amazing. And in fact, we did a cooking lesson on Cajun cuisine and made jambalaya, and oh yeah, it was really a really fun place to visit. And we stayed in this very quirky hotel in the French Quarter, which was, yeah, that was an experience in itself as well. But yeah, even though it was a long time ago, it's I still have very fond memories of New Orleans. So I think that might be a bit where the inspiration is lying for this ink, because I can't find the blurb that they have written about it. So I'm going to leave that one here and do some nice close-ups and things. So if you are considering this ink, you can have a really good look at it. Now, I do have a new discount code. I have tried to update it across all my socials. I'm not sure if I've managed to get everything, but it is now JA dash CTP, and that nets you 15% off any purchases, and that code can be used on any of the Ferris Wheel Press sites across the globe. Availability and stock levels vary depending on the region, but if you are making or considering making a purchase, yeah, don't pay full price. And of course, if you have another Ferris Wheel Press ambassador who you prefer, then by all means use their code. I need to swap this around, and yeah, let's get some close-ups done. Thank you so much for watching. In my next video, we'll unbox these products and have a look at them together, because I don't know anything about them at this point. So we can explore it together. Thank you so much for watching. Close-ups coming up. Till next time, bye.